is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Ruel Panawo, and this is Africa Now. Kenya has made history. Martha Koome has been appointed first female Chief Justice and head of Kenyan judiciary. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta has appointed Court of Appeal Judge Martha Koome as the East African country's first woman Chief Justice and head of the judiciary. With a distinguished career of more than 33 years in private legal practice and member of the judiciary, Koome, 61, replaces David Maraga. In unfortunate occurrences of child labor, an Ivory Coast court has sentenced 22 people to 20 years in jail for trafficking children to work on the country's cocoa and lucrative farms. Early this month, the police had rescued 68 children reported to have been transported from neighboring Burkina Faso. As the world's top cocoa producer, Ivory Coast commands more than 40% of the market, with an annual output of some 2 million tons of cocoa. To politics, Hakainde Hichilema, Zambia's main opposition candidate, has been officially nominated for the upcoming August presidential election in Lusaka on Wednesday. Reacting to the nomination, Hichilema says he aims to unify and lead Zambia under the United Party for National Development, UPND, for the benefit of all its citizens, including the opposition. He's expected to face the incumbent president, Edgar Lungu, who says his political race is a 10-year relay marathon, and he and his party have leaped over many hurdles and scored many successes. The trial of former rebel leader and Prime Minister of Ivory Coast and 20 of his supporters began on Wednesday in absentia. Gulame Soro, who has been living in exile abroad for 2 years, is accused of conspiracy, attempt to undermine the authority of the state, as well as dissemination and publication of false news undermining authority and their functioning, and plotting a coup against President Alassane Ouattara. The trial is to resume on May 26 due to Soro's defense team wanting more time to examine alleged evidence that it said it did not have. An update on COVID-19 vaccination in Malawi. More than 17,000 doses of expired AstraZeneca vaccines were burned in Malawi on Wednesday. The vaccines, which expired on April 13, are a batch of 102,000 vaccines that arrived in the country on March 26 under an initiative by the African Union and World Health Organization. To prevent wastage, John Nkengasong, director of the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, told a news conference late last month that the shots could be used until July 13, based on a further analysis conducted by the Serum Institute of India, SII, the manufacturers. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. We move to business after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, the National Bank of Egypt, NBE, has revealed plans to utilize blockchain technology from Ripple. The Egyptian bank will work with Lulu International Exchange, top financial services in the UAE, in order to serve Egyptians working in the Middle Eastern nation. By joining RippleNet, Ripple's distributor ledger-based payment network, both institutions are keen on accessing quicker, cheaper, and more reliable payments. Kenya's Institute of Economic Affairs has ordered the National Treasury to be intentional about a stronger revenue forecasting capacity in order to avoid overambitious budget plans that increase the country's debts. In the past 5 years, Kenya has failed to meet up with domestic revenue targets, and this has prompted it to opt for borrowing, pushing the country's total public debt at 7.3 trillion shillings. IEA public finance management expert Noah Wamawa urged the legislator to bring in optimistic revenue projections to help in understating the weight of the budget deficit in order to curb the government's borrowing appetite. And on the Nigerian scene, the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, had revealed that 4 airports in Nigeria have been approved by President Muhammadu Buhari as special economic zones. They are the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja, Murtala Mohammed International Airport Lagos, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport Kano, and Port Harcourt International Airport Rivers. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, who revealed the information assured citizens in a tweet that major preparations are in top gear so that by the first quarter of 2022, the national airliner will swing into full operation. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now, stories on matters of insecurity and its aftermath coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. As part of efforts to fight crimes and eliminate threats from terrorism, Cameroon destroyed some illegal firearms by fire on Wednesday. The West Central African country has been facing security challenges, with separatist fighters wanting to create an independent nation in its English-speaking region and jihadist terrorist organization Boko Haram continuing to carry out assaults on civilians and government forces in the far north region. According to Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute during the ceremony held in Biu, the flames should be seen as a sign of hope for Cameroon, where weapons are only held by those legally entitled to hold them. In 2020, 13,541,000 people were displaced by conflicts and disasters in sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East and North Africa. The emergence of new armed groups and escalating violence aggravated the displacements. In its annual report, the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center warned that climate change is likely to drive displacement still higher, and only sustained political will can bring the rising numbers of displacements down, the report stated. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, do visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Ruel Penau. Thank you for watching.